If you are having hearing loss, taking 2 spoons and tapping them against your ear will do absolutely nothing. Researchers working tirelessly at the Arctic Circle have discovered wearing earplugs in a loud environment will help you preserve your hearing. For more details, stay tuned. Hello, Earle Pughe here. Today I'm looking at a blues in E. It's a country boy. It's a Muddy Waters tune. It's on the album Muddy Waters Folksinger. This album has a very different sound than most of Muddy's albums. It's acoustic based. There's a Muddy on acoustic slide and Buddy Guy on second guitar or rhythm guitar, and a bass player and a drummer, so it's a very, very sparse sound. The tune is at a very slow tempo. It's at about a quarter note equals 60 or 62. As I said, it's got a very sparse sound, so even though Buddy's on rhythm guitar, he's playing remarkably few chords. In fact, he's playing remarkably few notes. So we've got 3 chords. We've got an E7, and we have a corresponding arpeggio. E, G sharp, B, D, E, G sharp, B, D. So that was 1, 3, 5, flat 7, 1, 3, 5, flat 7. We have an A7 chord, and there is a corresponding arpeggio. A, C sharp, E, G, A, C sharp, E, G. Once again, that would be 1, 3, 5, flat 7, 1, 3, 5, flat 7, and we have a B7 chord. So we have a B, D sharp, F sharp, A, B, D sharp, F sharp, A. If we give the notes numbers, they are once again 1, 3, 5, flat 7, 1, 3, 5, flat 7. So Buddy is going to use these arpeggios a lot. So he doesn't play the chords, but he outlines them, and so your ear will fill in the rest of the chord. So it doesn't sound like the chord is missing. It's just played one note at a time. He also uses the blues scale. So the E blues scale would be E, G, A, B flat, B, D, E. And the intro is the blues scale. Once he gets to the vocals, he's backing up the singer. He's going to play an arpeggio-based line. This tune has a shuffle feel, a 12/8 feel, so we could play quarter notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Or we could play triplets. 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet. Or we could play shuffle eights. 2, 3, 4. Or we could tie the quarter note, a quarter note on one, into the first eighth note of a triplet, and we'd get 1, 2, triplet, 3. So that second note comes in a little bit later than you might expect. It comes in on the trip of 2 triplet. 1, 2, 3 triplet, 4 triplet, 1, 2 triplet. So it isn't syncopation, but we're moving things off the beat. So Buddy does that a lot. Now occasionally he will play that second note right on beat 2, and use shuffle 8s for the measure, but most of the time he's going to have the quarter note tied into that first triplet, so he's moved that second note over. The intro, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now he's going to hammer into the first note of a triplet. So we had three eighth note E's. And we got that flat 5, that B flat down to the A, down to the G, and he jumps up to the E. 3, 4, 1. Home intro. 1, 2, 3. We get to the verse, and as I said, this is all. This is arpeggio based. If you know the E arpeggio, and you look at the notes in the first measure, you can see that they're all out of that arpeggio. We get to the second measure. We're on an A7 chord, and the A7 arpeggio, A, C sharp, E, G, A, and Buddy's going to go straight up that. 1, 2. So interesting rhythm there. Is, his groove is great, but his notes are not surprising. Now we're back to the E7 chord. We've got that E. That was an interesting trick there. He used the blue note, the flatted 3, the G natural in this measure of E7. So 3, 4. Now we have another measure of E7, and he's going to use that G natural again, but this time he's using it as an approach note to get to the G sharp. That is from the arpeggio. 2, 3, 4. Now he's going to take that same fingering that he just used on the E7, and he's going to move it over one string toward the floor. So we'll start on the open A. We're on an A7 chord. 2, 3, 4. Now we're back to the E7, and we'll use that same lick again. 2, 3, 4. So out of the 7 notes in each of those measures, 6 of them were from the arpeggio. So you might not think of Buddy Guy as someone who plays arpeggios, but he does. Now we're to the B7. And he's going to go straight up, a B7 arpeggio, B, D sharp, F sharp, A, B, just with a more interesting rhythm. 2, 3, 4. So that measure had only chord tones. Now we're back to the A7, and he's back to that lick that we've been using. 3, 4. And we're back to the E, so we're going to move that lick one string toward the ceiling, starting on the low E. 2, 3, 4. Now this measure is the most difficult in the song. It's kind of the, he actually plays the B7 chord, but he's got a quarter note on the 1 on the E, and he's going to the B7, so he's going to do a very quick hammer. So it's 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and so tricky to get the hammer and to the chord quick enough, but not surprising notes. I hope you've enjoyed this video on Blues in E, Country Boy. The album Muddy Waters Folksinger, it's a great album. It kind of doesn't get noticed as much as some of his electric albums, but it's worth giving it a listen to. So please check that out. Have a great week, and I will see you next week. Thank you very much.